the slope directional line indicator, which is available for various platforms on the TradingFinder website. From this section, you can download the indicator file for MetaTrader 4 and MetaTrader 5 platforms and run it on your chart. Additionally, traders can read this page to learn about how the indicator works and its functionality. From the Navigator section, select the indicator file and drag it onto the chart to run the indicator. Once the indicator is running on the chart, it starts displaying a simple moving average on the price chart. Traders can use the slope directional line indicator to identify buy signals when the moving average line crosses upward and its color changes to blue, allowing them to enter a buy position. Conversely, when the price crosses the moving average line downward and its color changes to red, this is considered a sell signal and can be used as an opportunity to enter a trade. We can also use moving average lines as dynamic support and resistance levels. When we enter a buy trade, we can stay in the position until the price crosses the moving average again in the opposite direction of the trend or the color of the moving average changes, and then exit the trade. Here we can see that the price has moved upward, the color of the moving average has changed from red to blue, which could have been a signal to enter a buy position. We could have stayed in the trade as long as the color of the moving average remained unchanged, and exited the trade once it changed again. In another distinct section, as the price action moves steadily downward, and the moving average precisely crosses this particular area, the visual color of the moving average immediately changes to a prominent red, clearly giving us a definitive sell signal. We could have strategically entered a trade at this precise point, or alternatively when the price gracefully pulls back to the established moving average level, effectively using this specific point as an optimal sell position. We would then diligently stay in the trade throughout the entire downtrend and only exit when the price action definitively moves upward, the line clearly crosses over, or the visual color of the moving average distinctly changes. In the Settings section under the Input tab, there are options available for us. In the first input, we can specify the calculation period for the moving average. In the second input, we can choose the moving average calculation method from among 4 modes: simple, exponential, smooth, and linear weighted, which by default is set to linear weighted. Also, here we can select the price calculation type from among close price, open price, high price, low price, median price, typical price, and finally weighted price. In the next section, we can set the shift value. If this value is set to 0, the moving average line will be placed on the current candle. If we enter positive values, the moving average line will shift to the right by the number of candles we specify, and if we enter negative values, it will move to the left. For example, here I have carefully set the value to a positive 10, and we can clearly see that the moving average line has significantly shifted exactly 10 candles to the right. And if I were to set the value to a negative 10, then the moving average will move 10 candles to the left. In the next section, we can also enable or disable the alert notification when the color of the moving average line changes. If this option is set to false, the next 2 options are also not applicable. But if this option is set to true, we can then enable or disable the option to send alerts to the mailbox in the next input. And if this option is set to true, you must have already completed the email settings in the Tools tab under the Options section. In this next input, we can also enable or disable sending alerts as notifications to the mobile. And finally, in the following section, we can specify the time interval between alert messages or the maximum time MetaTrader will attempt to send the message. Lastly, in this final input, we can specify the subject of the alert or a custom message here. Well, friends, we've reached the end of this indicator tutorial. We'd be happy if you share your comments and suggestions with us in the comments section.